Thandiwe. Nontsikelelo.
What's in a name? For these songs, everything. Heartbreak, obsession, warning signs, wild devotion, and cautionary tales. Some of the greatest songs ever written are personalized. The subject matter, a woman. Her name, the cornerstone of the song. Her beauty, her influence, her life, her mistakes, her pain, her aura. I call this category of music Call Her By Her Name. And these are my top 10 best songs whose title are women's names. Dolly by Ringo. I remember the first time I heard this song, I was so sure that the city was this evil place that basically ruined young women's lives. Because the song is very sad. It's a heart-wrenching track that tells the tragic tale of a young village girl whose dreams are swallowed whole by the cold promises of the city of gold. A hopeful young woman who leaves her rural home in search of a better life, chasing the dream of a job that would change everything. But the city doesn't offer her salvation. Instead, it ensnares her into a life of prostitution, alcohol, and drugs. Such a devastating subject matter and a cautionary tale of the high cost of dreams in a city that gives nothing for free. Nomalanga by Caiphus Semenya. While making the documentary on Miriam Makeba, I broke down one of my favorite songs of hers, Gauteng, and I mainly focused on the subject matter and how it was such a powerful one. Basically, for those who didn't watch, what she was relaying on that song were the consequences and fate of the women and children who were left behind while the men went to places like Gauteng to go work in the mines, most often not coming back. So Nomalanga is more of a prologue to Gauteng, an interaction between a man and his wife, and the fate that awaits them if he does leave to go work in the mines. He insists, obviously, that he will come back, but she should be assured and trust that long as it might be, they will be together again. Sung in Zulu, Nomalanga is a Nguni name, meaning mother of the sun, and the song is about a man who's about to leave his family behind, not out of choice, obviously, but out of obligation. It's not a love song, not really. It's more of a promise, a bittersweet vow to his beloved Nomalanga. He tells her that it hurts to leave. 5 years will be a long time, but he has to believe that things will get better for them. Listening to this song, I'm easily transported to those good old days when I was not there, the ones that our parents talk of. This song captures that essence. Sad as it is, it's a beautiful message and also educational in a sense. Nomkita by Musa. Nomkita is a tender and earnest love song sung in Xhosa by the ever-soulful Musa, whose rich and slightly raspy voice adds a grounded sincerity to every word. At its heart, it's a courting song, a gentle, heartfelt declaration of affection for a woman named Nomkita, a Xhosa name. He confesses how fear initially held him back from approaching her, but eventually love gives him the courage to speak. There's something deeply relatable about that vulnerability, how we've all at some point stood on the edge of our emotions, unsure whether to leap. When he finally does, it's not grand or boastful, it's pure, humble, and honest. The hook is beautiful and catchy, the kind of melody that lingers long after the song ends. It loops like a daydream, soft and romantic. That said though, the only slight critique is that towards the end, it starts to feel a bit repetitive, I'm sorry, which dulls the emotional build-up truly. But even then, Musa's delivery and voice are enough to carry the song through, wrapping the listener in this warm musical embrace. Usbahle by Mlindo the vocalist. Sbahle is a Zulu name, and this song is a hauntingly beautiful cautionary tale wrapped in a deceptively infectious beat, basically. Sung entirely in Zulu, the song centers around this young woman named Sbahle, a pretty girl who got caught in the fast lane of life. Singing as someone who once knew her, watching her story unfold with both familiarity and sorrow, he recounts the parties, the drinking, the self-destructive choices that Sbahle made until the sparkle of her beauty dimmed, and all that remained remained was regret. The genius of the song and what I love the most about it is its juxtaposition. Basically, the beat goes hard. It's very danceable and really good. But the lyrics, on the other hand, tell a story that is much darker. The push and pull dynamic is exactly what makes it so really good. On the other hand, you want to vibe, but then the lyrics hit and you're forced to reckon with the tragedy that is playing out. It's such a beautiful and powerful commentary on the tragic lives of many young women out there. Neria by Oliver Mtukudzi. Neria. As a South African, or rather an Anshona speaker, when I first heard this song, it was beautiful. I genuinely thought it was a love song because of how amazing it sounds. But upon further research, I was even more drawn in because of the message and the subject matter behind it. There are songs that comfort, and then there are songs that become pillars for those grieving, fighting, and surviving. Neria is both a soulful anthem of strength, resilience, and womanhood, delivered with unmatched grace by the legend Oliver Mtukudzi. Originally composed as a soundtrack to the 1993 Zimbabwean film Neria, the song tells the story of a widow, Neria, whose husband dies suddenly. In the wake of his death, she is left vulnerable, not just emotionally, but legally and socially. Her in-laws move to take everything from her home, her children, her dignity. Singing in Shona, his voice wraps around you like an older brother reassuring you. He sings, "Neria, don't cry, you are not alone." The instrumentation is classic Tuku music, guitar-driven, laid-back, and rich in emotional depth. But here, the production leans more melancholic. His raspy, comforting tone carries wisdom and warmth, giving both sorrow and strength equal space in the song. What makes Neria timeless is that it's not just about one woman, it's about all women. All the widows, the single mothers, the abandoned, the betrayed. It's a song about hope, about faith, and belief. Decades later, this song is a powerful musical tribute to the African woman's strength and struggle, a song that mourns, uplifts, and empowers in one breath. So beautiful. Nontsikelelo by Lloyiso. Nontsikelelo, Nontsikelelo is a Xhosa name, and Lloyiso masterfully weaves between English and Xhosa, creating a deeply textured emotional landscape that transcends language. The production is minimal, yet lush, built to let his voice shine. This ballad bleeds emotion through melody. It's so haunting and raw. It feels like a confession whispered at 2 a.m. through tears and memory, a slow burner that once settled in your bones, it refuses to leave. And his vocals are stunning, rich, evocative, drenched in longing. It's the kind of performance that feels personal, like you've just stumbled into someone's diary with a soundtrack behind it. Lyrically, this is a tale of regret, the kind that lingers long after love has walked out the door. Lloyiso sings of how he's humbled by heartbreak, pleading with Nontsikelelo to take him back. He admits how empty life feels without her, how she's the one who keeps him up at night. It's desperate, poetic, and utterly human. This song doesn't beg for forgiveness loudly. It aches for it in whispers. Every note is laced with sorrow, every lyric soaked in, "I should have loved you better." And while undeniably beautiful, if I were Nontsikelelo, I'm sorry, I wouldn't take him back. Malowe by Bayete and Jabukhanyile. Malowe. I love the song. It's really, really good. Storytelling wrapped in soul, poetry clothed in groove, love shaped by melody. That's Malowe, sung both in Xhosa and Sotho. This classic from the late Jabukhanyile is a sonic portrait of admiration and romantic awe. The song centers around Malo, a woman whose name alone carries rhythm and whose beauty left an unforgettable imprint on Jabu one Sunday afternoon. Words from the horse's mouth. From the moment he saw her, dimples and all, he was gone. And from that moment, the song was born. Malowe is the kind of track that creeps up on you, slow and graceful until that bass guitar drops and suddenly, my God, production is earthy, groovy, with that unmistakable richness that defines the golden age of South African live instrumentation. Every element here matters: the horns, the percussion, the call and response vocals, and most of all, the backing singers, who echo Jabu's admiration of just as much soul as he delivers in the lead. Lyrically, this is Jabu in full storyteller mode. He doesn't just say Malo is beautiful, he builds her beauty with words, stringing together poetic lines, each verse a brush stroke, painting her into existence. He romanticizes her dark skin, rare and regal, and does it so with reverence. It's love, admiration, pride, all wrapped into one. It's such a romantic, groovy song that just gets you in the mood. Angelina by Caiphus Semenya. If life were a musical, Angelina would be that big, sweeping, joyful number where the lead finally declares his love. Arms stretched, heart wide open, feet moving to the rhythm of newfound happiness. Such a masterful musical storytelling. A feel-good anthem that's as romantic as it is unshakably danceable. Sung in English, the track bursts with the vibrant, celebratory energy, a melodic blend of African jazz, soul, and infectious pop groove. The instrumentation is large, bright, and full of life, brass, bass, and percussion dancing together in a rhythmic celebration of love. From the very first note, it feels like you're being welcomed into a love story that's already won. Lyrically, this is a song of a smitten man. He sings the praises of Angelina, his beautiful love from Jamaica. He wants to marry her, bring her home to Africa, and show the world the joy he has found. There's something magical about the way he delivers it all, sincere, charming, and triumphant. From the get-go, there's this nostalgic feel about it. That upbeat theatrical flair instantly takes you back to the Sarafina soundtrack. That lively big band jazz blend infused of soul, African rhythm, and stage-ready spirit. The arrangement is rich with jubilant horns, dynamic percussions, and a groove that practically pulls you to the dance floor. I mean, we all love a good slow dance, being in our feelings, swaying gently to heartfelt ballads. But sometimes love needs a little more groove. Sometimes you just gotta be bold, joyful, and let the world know that you are in love. Nomvula by Nathi. The year that this song dropped, it was everywhere. You couldn't escape it, whether it was playing in taxis, on radio, at family gatherings, or at a store. It was inescapable. Such a beautiful moment. To this day, the song still sounds fresh, timeless, and beautiful. Sung in Xhosa, the title is Nguni name. The story he tells is tender and tragic. This Nomvula, the woman he loves, has disappeared from his life, has ghosted and rejected him, and he's left waiting in vain. But instead of anger, we hear desperation and heartache. He pleads not just with her, but with her friends and family, begging them to speak to her, to help her hear him out. A classic romantic anguish when love is unreciprocated, but the hope still burns. The guitar-led production leans into a soft, loungy soundscape that gives Nathi's vocals the center stage, and his voice warm, honest, and textured. Every line feels like it's coming from the deepest part of his soul. The songwriting is brilliant, layered with meaning, and while the lyrics might trip you up as they did me on the first listen, the emotion is universal. You feel exactly what he's saying even before you translate the song. But the most unforgettable part of Nomvula is its hook. It's melodic, ear-warming, and endlessly singable. It clings to your heart and lingers in your mind. That chorus, yeah, very iconic. It's the kind of hook that lives rent-free in your head for years, but with no complaints. This song is truly a modern classic and captured the hearts of a nation. Liziwe by Nathi. If you've heard Nomvula, you know that it's about heartbreak and longing. And Liziwe is the opposite. Nathi is a man in love. Sung entirely in Xhosa, Liziwe is a Xhosa name. In this song, Nathi sits comfortably in devotion. The production is on the up-tempo, soothing side, built on laid-back guitar acoustics and warm rhythms. His voice unmistakable and textured with emotions. There's a softness to the delivery that makes it feel like he's singing directly to her in a quiet room with the whole world listening in. In this song, he's unafraid to express how he feels. He lets Liziwe know that she's wanted, cherished, loved. This song is a slow dance at sunset, a love letter with a melody, and a man standing tall in his feelings and saying, I love you and I surrender before your love. It's one of those rare love songs that doesn't need to try hard or rush. Thandiwe by Vusi Nova. This one is a big one. It's one of those songs that grips you by the heart from the very first note. Sung in Xhosa, this is Vusi Nova at its most raw and reflective. Thandiwe in Gunine, meaning beloved, is the centerpiece of a story drenched in regret and emotional reckoning. Vusi's signature vocal style, the effortlessly controlled falsetto, the slight rasp in his voice, the emotional tremble just beneath the surface, carries the entire track like a confessional, one that he can't escape. He sings not just with his pain, but with the longing and self-blame, as a man haunted by what he's done or failed to do, looping that final moment of Thandiwe over and over again in his mind. The production knows when to step back. It's minimal, tender, and intentionally sparse, creating room for his voice to do what it does best, emote with sincerity and vulnerability. You don't just hear the song, you feel it. It's a charged, resonant ballad, an ache, a memory, a lesson wrapped in melody. One of my favorite offerings from Vusi Nova. And there you have it, guys. The heartbreakers, the love letters, the cautionary tales, and the soulful serenades. From Nomvula's ghosting to Angelina's triumphant joy, from Nontsikelelo's haunting ballad to Dolly's tragic fall, each of these songs isn't just a tune. It's a story, a memory, a woman immortalized in melody. These aren't just names, they are lives captured in songs. Whether it's love gained or lost, they all remind us just how deeply music can make this feel. And please check out the playlist that I've created featuring all these songs and many more that didn't make the video. The link is down in the description. Go give it a listen and let the music take you on a journey through voices, names, and emotions. Also comment down below your favorite songs from the countdown as well as recommendations for the playlist. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe.